Hey everyone, and a massive, warm welcome back to the channel. To every single person watching this right now, wherever you are in the world, I am sending you the biggest, most positive vibes. I truly hope you're feeling fantastic, happy, and most importantly, healthy today. Take a deep breath, relax, and get ready for a journey into one of the most magical, topsy-turvy, and downright unbelievable stories in the entire animal kingdom. Now, I want you to think about the most fundamental things we know about life, about how babies are born. In the world of mammals, like us humans, and in most animals we're familiar with, there's a very clear and consistent script. The female of the species carries the developing young inside her body, nourishes them, and eventually gives birth. It's a narrative so deeply ingrained in our understanding of biology that we rarely ever question it. It just seems like the way nature works. But what if I told you that nature has a spectacular exception to this rule? What if I told you that there exists a creature in the ocean where this entire script is flipped completely upside down? I'm talking about an animal where the male is the one who gets pregnant, who carries the babies, who experiences the cramps and the contractions, and who ultimately gives birth. It sounds like the plot of a science fiction movie or a fantasy novel, but I promise you, it is breathtakingly real. This is the story of the seahorse, a fish so bizarre and so beautiful that it challenges everything we thought we knew about gender, parenthood, and the very nature of life itself. So, how does this work? Why would evolution create such a reversal? And what's it actually like for a dad to be the one giving birth? Let's dive into the incredible, underwater world of the seahorse and uncover the secrets of the world's only pregnant male. To understand this mind-bending phenomenon, we first have to meet the star of our show. Seahorses are fish, but they're unlike any other fish you've ever seen. They swim upright, they have a horse-like head, a monkey-like tail that can grip onto seaweed, and they lack scales, instead being covered in bony plates that form a kind of armor. They are poor swimmers, often at the mercy of the currents, and they spend most of their time anchored to coral or seagrass, waiting for tiny shrimp and plankton to drift by that they can suck into their tube-like mouths. But their most extraordinary feature is hidden on the body of the male. On the front of his body, near his tail, is a fully developed, specialized pouch. This isn't just a flap of skin, it's a highly complex organ that looks and functions remarkably like a uterus in female mammals. It's equipped with a placenta-like layer that can nourish the growing embryos and is capable of regulating everything from salinity to oxygen levels inside. This pouch is the stage for one of the most unique reproductive processes on Earth. The whole incredible process begins with a courtship dance that can last for hours, even days. A male and female seahorse will swim together, mirroring each other's movements, changing color, and even linking their tails. It's a beautiful, graceful ballet that strengthens their bond. When the time is right, the female does something extraordinary. She uses an organ called an ovipositor to deposit her mature eggs, sometimes hundreds of them, directly into the male's waiting brood pouch. In that moment, the male receives the eggs, and the female's biological role in the pregnancy is essentially over. She swims away. From that point on, it's all up to dad. Now, the magic really begins inside the male's pouch. As soon as the eggs are safely inside, the male releases his sperm into the pouch to fertilize them. The pouch immediately seals shut, becoming a secure, protected nursery. This is where the term male pregnancy truly earns its name. The male is not just a passive incubator, he is an active participant in the gestation process. The inner lining of his pouch undergoes dramatic changes, becoming thick and spongy, filled with countless tiny blood vessels. These vessels transport oxygen and essential nutrients from the father's body directly to the developing embryos. He doesn't just provide a safe space, he nourishes them. He feeds them. His body provides everything they need to grow from tiny eggs into fully formed, miniature seahorses. He constantly adjusts the fluid inside the pouch, making sure the salinity and chemistry are perfect for his developing young, essentially creating a miniature ocean within his own body. This process goes on for several weeks, depending on the species and the water temperature. During this time, the male carries the weight of his future offspring. His body changes, he becomes heavier, slower, and more vulnerable to predators. He experiences the physiological demands of pregnancy, much like a female of any other species would. Then comes the big event, birth. After the gestation period is complete, the male's body knows its time. He begins to experience muscular contractions. He will anchor his tail to a sturdy piece of seaweed or coral and begin to flex his body. You can see him straining, bending, and writhing. It's a laborious process that can take hours. Finally, with a series of powerful pulses, he releases his babies into the water. One by one, or sometimes in small groups, hundreds of tiny, perfectly formed seahorses are pushed out of the pouch. It's an exhausting, dramatic ordeal. The water around him can cloud with the sheer number of newborns, each one an independent little creature ready to face the ocean's challenges, though sadly, only a very small percentage will survive to adulthood. Once the last baby is born, the male's job is done. And in a fascinating twist of nature, he can often become pregnant again with a new batch of eggs from a female within just a few hours or days after giving birth. Of male pregnancy. For seahorses, it's a brilliant strategy for survival and energy efficiency. Pregnancy is an incredibly energetically expensive process. It requires a huge amount of resources to create and nourish offspring. In the seahorse's world, this system allows for a form of biological role specialization that is incredibly effective. The female can produce a new batch of eggs very quickly because she doesn't have to spend energy on gestation. While the male is pregnant with one brood, the female can already be preparing the next set of eggs. This allows seahorse pairs to have a much higher reproductive output than if the female had to undergo every pregnancy herself. It's a continuous production line. The male, with his secure pouch, is also better equipped to protect the vulnerable embryos from predators and disease than if the eggs were just floating freely in the open water. This unique partnership maximizes their chances of passing on their genes, which is the ultimate goal of evolution. It's a perfect example of how nature is not about following rigid rules, but about finding the most creative and efficient solutions to the problem of survival. The existence of the pregnant male seahorse is more than just a bizarre fact, it's a powerful reminder that the natural world is far more diverse and imaginative than we often give it credit for. It challenges our deeply held assumptions about gender roles and shows us that there is no single, right, way to create and nurture life. It's a story of incredible sacrifice, partnership, and the amazing adaptability of life on Earth. So, the next time you feel like you understand how the world works, remember the seahorse. Remember that there's a dad out there in the ocean, going through the cramps, the contractions, and the miracle of birth, all to bring the next generation into the world. It's a breathtaking testament to the fact that in nature, anything is possible, and the greatest wonders are often hiding in the most unexpected places.